So now I have to get the police involved in Istanbul. Going to a bathhouse, trying to find a bathhouse. So we have the address torn out of the book, right? In French, I have now arranged for the taxi driver to go back to the ship, to get the wallet, to get the money, to go back to where we were. And this is all in French, right? Like, I only signed up for French, in ninth grade to meet my girlfriend. And this woman in my French class would refuse to speak English, but still my French is a bit on the atrocious side. So the taxi driver points to this gigantic promenade where somewhere off some side street there's supposed to be this bathhouse. Turkish bathhouse, remember? Gotta do it, gotta see it. So we get out of the cab, of course, and now we're in this promenade full of 60 million people shopping. And there are these tiny little side streets off this promenade where apparently this is one of those is the street with the address, with the bathhouse. And we cannot find a thing, okay? That finger pointing to the promenade by the cabbie was no help whatsoever. Now, along this promenade, they have these kiosks, kind of like a lifeguard station, but futuristic, with gendarmes. Now, gendarme is French for policeman, a police person, whatever. God, I got heat the other day on a comment for correcting what. Please, there's always the one, right? So now we are quite obviously lost, and we have the piece of paper and we're looking around. Well, what does this do? It catches the attention of a gendarme, Turkish police. So one of them comes out and volunteers his gracious assistance while we're looking at this scrap of paper from the gay guide to find the bathhouse. But all it is the address. I cut out the part where the name of the bathhouse was. So he's very interested because he's not quite sure where this is. In fact, he doesn't know. So he calls over another gendarme. So now it's Mike, me, and two Turkish cops looking for a bathhouse, which is kind of a little bit more than frowned upon in Turkey at the time. I mean, they existed, but they were clandestine. Clandestine, whatever. Anyway, so, okay. Now they can't figure it out. These two gendarmes are having trouble, they're blabbing away, and I'm catching some of it. And so the two gendarmes figure out that it's a good idea to get three other gendarmes involved. So now I've got 5 Turkish cops in a promenade with Mike and I looking for a bathhouse. So they find the street, right? Little teeny street to the left. Now it is my job in French to get rid of 5 Turkish cops because I ain't having police escorts times 5 taking Mike and I to some secret bathhouse. So in French, I'm saying, oh, we found it. I'm gushing over their help and whatever. We get down the street having gotten rid of the Turkish cops, and the address is a black door with trash bags in front of it. Luckily, I go up and try the door. It is, in fact, the place. We go in and we go to the bathhouse. So I think the brains store more than we give them credit for. They're just waiting to say, give me what you got. And that's what I had. So thanks for joining me today. Usual mumbo jumbo. I'll see you tomorrow. Love you and take good care of yourself. Bye.